One bought 5. Good job. You beat bought 5 generally. Let's see. Let's go, Nicholas. Oh, Nicholas, you're in this class. Tell you another one.
It's knight d5 to double attack the rook and the king.
That's right, knight d5. Amazing. Double attacking the rook and the king. Again, see, creating 2 threats. Now, knights are tricky for these. That's why, like, knights are just a tricky piece in general. So if you like to do tricks on your opponent, if you like tactics, then keep your knights, get your knight active, and then use them. So let's see here. And last but not least, guys, actually not last but not least, but in this example here, I just want you guys to simply find me 2 double attacks, 2 different double attacks. Best of luck. So in these first 10 to 15 minutes, we'll go kind of slow, get the basics and like nail down the basics. And then afterwards, what we're gonna do is we are gonna make it tougher and tougher and tougher. So guys, 2 double attacks. Okay. Let's go, Chelsea. What do you think?
A sec. Queen e7.
Yes, that's one.
Queen b2.
Queen e7 or queen b2. That's right. That's right. So that was the move. Great job on finding that move. And or those 2 moves. Finding those moves. Yeah. So one thing I want to mention here was queen b2 was a little more tricky. And I'll tell you guys this, like in your games, like attacks like this that are almost like a rook type of attacks by the queen, your opponents actually, from my experience, they tend to see it easier. They tend to see it coming. But these diagonal attacks with the queen, see this diagonal attack? These are the ones that really trick a lot of people because I don't know why, like they're not very used to these diagonal attacks that well. So guys, you have a queen, and if you want to confuse your opponents, or like if you just want to find a move that you haven't considered yet, start looking for ways you can attack your opponent diagonally. These diagonal attacks with the queen, guys, they're all the diagonal attacks from long range in general, I guess, are pretty. They're just sneaky, like because people when they look at a queen, they think a big powerful piece, they think a rook, and then they think a bishop. So in their heads, it's always these straight up and down movements. So from my experience, that's just one old trend I saw. Now a pawn double attack would be pawn to d6, attacking the king, attacking the rook, double attack, just like that. All right, guys, and last one here. Find me white's best move in this position. Best of luck. Now, yeah, I think you guys can do this. Rook b2. Rook b2. That is one of them. That's a trickier version. We'll go over rook b2 after actually. But
That's a skewer.
yeah, or a pin. That's right. So there's actually another move. Try to find a double attack actually. But yeah, rook b2 is definitely a good move. Double attack. We just went over the rook, the bishop, the knight, the queen, the pawn. What pieces left? King c5, that's right. That was so quiet. King c5 is the move. So guys, Yeah, I want to say king c5 is double attack. It's attacking the knight, and it's attacking the bishop. All right, guys. So it's creating two threats, and you'll see the more like multiple threats you have, the tougher it makes the tougher it makes it for your opponents to calculate. So basically, like if you have pressure in a lot of places, then your opponent is more likely to crumble. So guys, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go over rook b2, but kind of like how we've done in the past, I'm gonna play as black now. You guys play as white. I'll let everybody unmute here, so please no interrupting one each other. Work together. So rook b2. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try to save my knight and bishop at the same time, and you guys try to win piece. So I'm trying to save my pieces. You guys try to win. I'm gonna go knight c6 check, so that my knight's out of harm's way, and then I can run away with my bishop. What do you guys play?
King c5.
Okay, king c5. I'm gonna wait for at least two people to agree on the same answer before playing the answer.
King c5.
King c5. Okay, Lucy also says that. What does chat think? Jin Lei, king c5. All right, guys, that's 3.
5.
Wow, it's 4. Nicholas too. So king c5, great move. Why? Because it maintains pressure on the knight. So again, there's two threats. See, you guys are not letting go of the threat, and that is important. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep trying to swarm away. I'm gonna go bishop a4. Oh no, bishop a4. Now my bishop is defending my knight, so you can't take. What do you do now? Do you give up?
Bishop away.
With what move?
Rook to a2.
So Jinlei is Gavin. Okay, rook a2. That's right. Now rook a2, amazing move because my bishop's defending the knight, but my bishop's being chased away, so I'll have to move my bishop. I'm gonna move my bishop to b3, attacking the rook. All right, guys. This is a difficult one, actually. Everybody work together, and I'll wait until two people say the same response to play it.
Same color. Nope.
So my knight's under attack already. So if my bishop becomes under attack, it's still double attack. But the problem is, you got to be careful here. There's two moves here, rook b2, rook a3, but one of them works. And to see which one works, you got to anticipate my response. Try to see what I can do. Check. I'm not check, because if you check, my knight will take your rook. Be careful. Or unless you meant here, because this totally works. Never mind. Okay, who said that? Yeah, Kevin, I take that back. Great answer. You got the right move. And same with Gavin. So also rook a3 would work as well. But hey guys, you guys saw here, you just maintain the pressure. Of course, king c5 was way simpler. So, but yeah, just maintain the pressure. If I try to storm away, keep that pressure on my two pieces. If I try to run away, maintain that pressure. So maintaining those threats, those pressures, that is very important. All right, now we're gonna step it up a bit. You guys are the intermediate class, so I think these are too easy for you guys now. Let's see. Let's try this one, guys. White to move, find me white's move. So black just played pawn e5 check. And our king is under attack. What should we do? Should we just play the first move that we see? Or should we think about a few options and then find the best one? So guys, remember today's main idea here is to always look for moves that create a threat. Even when you're under attack and you have to run away and still create a threat. So Let's see. Let's go, Kevin. What do you think, Kevin?
We move to King G3 to put pressure on the rook because we can't take the bishop.
That's right, King G3. And again, King double attack. Now the rook has to move, and then we take the bishop. Great job. See? Threat. We're always making some sort of threat. And guys, when we play like this, it's so annoying for your opponent to play against. Not that one. Let's not do that one for now. Oh, that's the one I would choose. Okay, so guys, now we're shifting gears here. Now this is a very real games scenario. And I want you guys to actually just do the same thing. Find me white's best move. Really think on this one. And now you guys can see the difference in this example is there's a lot more pieces. There's a lot more chaos. So how do you simplify, or how do you still find good moves when the position is just chaotic like this? Well, guys, this is where creating threats comes in. Instead of looking at every single move possible on the planet, which will really hurt your brain, you just look for moves that create a threat. Look for moves that put pressure on something. And then if you can, try to find at least 2 to 3 different moves that create a threat. And then from there, pick your best option by seeing how your opponent will respond. So please don't just look at one move that creates a threat and just type that move in. Try to pick 2 or 3 and then find me the best one you see. Best of luck, guys. So you guys have plenty of time here, so take your time. All right, guys. So I'll give you guys another 20 seconds on this one because I want you guys to really think. Remember, this is not a blitz game. Chess is, you're given like an hour, over an hour to think in chess. So here, like, definitely take your time and what you want to be doing. So I hear somebody say rook h3. Before we even proceed, this move does create a threat, but I want to make sure that we don't just pick the first move we see. Let's try to find other moves that create a threat, maybe even 1 or 2 more. And then from there, we can start, because the more options we pick at the beginning, the more accurate our move is likely to be. So try it out, guys. What do you think? Pawn G. Oh, and then somebody found it. So Kevin, good job though. Good try. So guys, notice how at the beginning, everybody or most people just saw rook h3. That's the only one they saw. And they're just like kind of staring at rook h3 the whole time, thinking, does it work? Does it not? What do we do? I don't know. I'll go rook h3 anyways. Guys, this is like such a common thinking process. And what you want to do instead is, okay, rook h3, that's one threat. Let's see, are there any other threatening moves? Wait, pawn g5, maybe take the queen. Now we got a few options, right? And from here, you can start crossing it out. Okay, well, I take the queen, the knight takes, I don't see much. Rook h3, king runs away. Pawn g5, oh, that's an immediate fork. So guys, what's important is we gather as many moves as possible at the beginning. So let's see here. Let's see. Should we go over that game after? Let's see. So I want to give you guys a little more difficult examples today because I trust you guys. All right, guys. So what I wanted to mention, and this is big, is so with double text, guys, double text doesn't mean a fork. It doesn't mean we're always attacking 2 different pieces. Double text just means we're creating 2 different threats at the same time. So if we look at this example, guys, I want you guys to just find me a move for white that creates two different threats at the same time, or that is a double attack. And then once you put it into those terms, it'll feel a lot more simple and you'll start to understand it a lot better. Kevin, smart guy, Kevin. Rook b5 threatens the bishop and threatens checkmate. So guys, this is why we start off by focusing on just creating threats. So now that you're more comfortable with like moves like creating threats, this is where, so for example, this is a move that creates a threat, attacks the bishop, but this move is even better because it creates one threat, two threats, and attacks the king. All right, guys, so let's test out your defense skills. Now you're going to be black. And so the white just played rook b5. I want you guys here to find me, well, find me what you would play here as black. What would you play in this position as black? And now you know what the threats are. So what should you do? So your checkmate is threatened and your bishop is threatened. So should you just abandon the bishop and not get checkmated at least? Or yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Type in your answer. Oh, Kevin has a hand up. Kevin, what do you think, Kevin?
So we can't save the bishop, but we can stop the checkmate by moving pawn h6.
So pawn h6 or pawn g5. All right. So I see your guys' idea. You're thinking, okay, we're gonna lose the bishop anyways, and it's better to, you know, lose the bishop than get checkmated. So pawn h3, pawn g5, or pawn g3, 6, g5. But there is one other move, and what is your name? Gavin. So Gavin got it. Bishop a2. This is a great move. Moves the bishop out of the way, and you're preparing to save the bishop, move it to g8. Now checkmate is tried, then bishop goes back. So this just to show that not all double attacks, like it's 100% guarantee that they're gonna work. So even if you're under an attack, keep your options open. All right, so let's see. Not that one. Do we want to go over this one? Let's go over this one, guys, because I like this one. So again, this example has a few things in it, but I want you guys to find me white's best move. And what do you think is white's best move? Yeah, guys, so just take a good look at the position. I'll give you guys 30 seconds to think on this one. And remember, this is, again, a pretty early / complex position, it looks like. But how do you find good moves in these positions? What do you do in these positions? Remember, guys, threats. That's all I'm going to say. Look for different moves that create a threat. If you can, find as many as possible, and then start picking, start seeing which ones work, start seeing which ones don't work, and then cross out the ones that don't work, pick the ones that do work, and find me the best move, guys. Kevin, you're on fire today, Kevin.
Queen to e4 because it will threaten the bishop, also a checkmate.
Yeah, so queen e4 definitely was the move. Threatening checkmate and attacks the bishop. So hits two birds with one stone. So great job. And you guys see double attacks. We're creating two different threats. All right, guys. So like we did last time, it's defense time. So again, you know exactly what White's trying to do now. White's trying to take your bishop and checkmate you on h7. So this does not look good for you. But still, I want you guys here to find me Black's best move. Black's best move. Now, see if there's anything that Black can do. Best of luck, guys. All right, so what did you guys come up with? I am interested. Let's see. Kevin, two birds hit one stone. No, hit two birds of one stone. Yeah, hit two birds of one stone. I think that's what Kevin's trying to say. Knight yes, knight f5. Bishop f5, not quite, because the queen takes your bishop, and then you lose a piece, basically, because your bishop is still not defended. You do stop the checkmate, so, I mean, better than nothing, but doesn't defend the bishop. But this move does. So, now, again, yeah, so basically, guys, knight f5 is the good move. Great job for finding it. So now, almost 5:30. Let's see if we can step it up again. I'll see if you guys are ready for it. I hope you are. Actually, try this one first, guys. White to move, find me White's best move. What is White's best move in this position? See, lots of drills, lots of examples today, which means lots of learning for you guys. Okay, two hands raised. Nicholas, what do you think, Nicholas? There you go, Nicholas.
I think it's pawn e5 to
Yeah,
like when the king moves like here, we can just win a free queen.
that's right. That's how you do a pawn e5 check and then take the queen. Nice double attack. Good job on seeing that one. Again, some of these moves, they're a little tricky. They're a little under the radar, so good job there. And again, you got to be careful this lineup here. So yeah, okay, so with that being said, let's see, we did that one. Oh, I don't know if you guys are ready for that one. So this is an insane one, but it'll be a little easier if I play one move for you guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. So guys, in this position, it's actually White to move, and White played Rook A2. So basically, Rook A2 here. One sec. Let me reset the position. So White played Rook A2, or Rook B2, my bad, which was actually a mistake, but I want you guys to find me Black's best combination here. Now, this is an interesting one. And guys, I'll give you like 30 seconds on this one. Best of luck. And I'll give you guys some hints along the way. So for now, guys, just try your best. Look at different options for black and let me know. Okay, let's see. I'm hearing some responses. Rook A8, Rook A1. Rook A1. I hear somebody say. Lucy, what do you think for now?
I don't have an answer yet.
Oh, that's okay. So, all right. So Rook A1, right idea. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this. This is gonna be my hint, guys. Is again in complex positions like these, what do you want to focus on is your threats. And if you look at this position, it doesn't look like there's many threats, right? But there's actually, see this pawn here? If we get our queen on f3 somehow, then that is a major checkmate threat. Major. And also, because this rook just moved out of the a file, this rook could potentially do some sort of back rank mate. That's also another little threat. Now we have two kind of threats we see. We see this threat, then we see this threat. And now, how do we do it? What's the best combination? What do we play first? Rook A1 or Queen F3? And guys, don't just guess one. See what's gonna happen with each one. So one of these moves is the right one, the other one is wrong. Bishop G. Oh, wow. Bishop G4. Wow. Okay. Did not think about that one. Well, look at Bishop G4 in the bit. Wow. Wow. Bishop G4. Okay. A1. Some saying F3. Let's see what Nicholas says.
I think it's Queen F3 first, because if you do Rook A1, then the queen just takes, and then your queen, well, it can work, but
Let's see. We try the same thing. And then what does white do?
the white's king moves to F1.
Oh, so close. Not quite. Queen F1. Well, it's not checkmate. You're right, though. It's not checkmate. But white also has just Queen F1 defending the checkmate. But yeah, you're right. Really good hunch. So that's why Queen F3 first. Now the queen has to take. And then when it takes, back rank checkmate. They block, we take. They block, we take. They block, we take. And checkmate. So guys, this is again, see, like even this, as weird as it looked, this is a form of double attack because we are working with two different threats here. This one, and then we're combining them in the best scenario. All right, guys. So let's see here. I'll show you a game. All right, guys, let's look at this one. So basically, this one is just going to be a very tactical position. And so basically, I'll show you guys the first move because this is a very high level puzzle. But basically, the first move is knight g4. And this gets wild. So knight g4, you might be wondering, well, why can't they take the queen? or why can't they take the knight? Your job is to try to figure out why black cannot take the knight and why black cannot take the queen. One of them's a little easier, the other one's maybe a little tougher, but you guys let me know here. And this does like threaten the bishop with a check, so that's where the double attack feature comes from. So yeah, just let me know why they can't take the knight and why they can't take the queen. Lucy, what do you think, Lucy?
Because the knight is worth less than the queen, and the queen is being guarded by the pawn.
So that's a funny answer. Yeah, so technically, but if you notice here, the bishop's actually in a pin. So if the bishop tries to take the knight, it's actually not possible because the bishop's in a pin. But with the queen though, now I don't think here taking with the pawn would be good because we just lost the whole queen. But so they take our queen. What does white do? Yeah. So you're right on that, Gavin. And then knight goes to f6. Oh, not quite. Not quite. So close. You're like an inch off. Let's go. Chelsea, is that a hand up?
I forgot.
You forgot, that's okay. So let's see, let's go. Kevin, what do you think, Kevin?
Well, I think if the bishop takes the queen, the knight will go take the bishop on h6.
Yeah, so that was the move. Great job, Kevin. All right, guys, so this is a long example, but it's a great one. But here's what we're gonna do. So there's gonna be a checkmate in 1 and a checkmate in 2. And we're gonna start off with the easier one and then do the tougher one. So guys, black has these two options. I want you guys to first off, for now, just tell me what happens if the king goes on h8. And I won't play the move to make it a little tougher, but if king goes on h8, what does white do? All right, let's see. Whoa, lots of answers up. Let's go. Nicholas.
I think it's if the king moves to h8, the bishop pins the rook with the king, and then this bishop takes the rook. That's checkmate because the rook is guarding the g7 square.
Yes. I hope everybody was able to follow along with Nicholas. So great job. That is 100% correct. If king goes to h2, bishop takes, checkmate. Beautiful knight and bishop and rook assisted checkmate. Now let's look at the little tougher one. And we'll end off on this one. King f8. What do we do? Now this one involves two more moves. White bishop take rook. White rook take black rook. Rook takes rook. If rook takes rook, we're still down a queen, right? So we'll be slightly losing. but there's a better move. So, Lucy, do you have an answer?
I do not have an answer.
All right, that's okay. So, Nicholas?
I think it's rook f1 to take the pawn on f.
Good try, good try, good try. And now what's that one? So I'll play it. The problem with this move is so black has the option to just sort of actually this does like win material. This
I think
definitely wins
I have
material.
another move. I have another move.
Yes, what's your move?
The pawn on d6 push up.
Ah, not quite, because of this move, then the queen just moves out of the way, and then suddenly we don't have much. But I'll give you guys a hint. It's a checkmate in 2 here. So you guys looked at some threatening moves. We looked at this one, didn't quite work. We looked at this one, didn't quite work. So what else is left? Really look deep here. Look at threatening moves, look at some combinations. Did we say bishop here? But then what happens if the king just goes here? I don't know. You guys tell me. Let's go, Chelsea.
If the bishop takes rook on g7, king move to e8, and then rook to a7. Checkmate.
Yeah, rook e7 checkmate. So guys, tough one, but great one. So bishop takes the g7, king goes to e8, and then rook f8 checkmate. So, and this is a more complex one, but you guys did a great job. So moral of the story here, guys, is to always be looking for ways to create multiple threats. The more threats you have, the more difficult it becomes for your opponent to even think. Here, huge threat to take the bishop, and if the queen is taken, then there's even a checkmate threat, and a lot very hidden, but great job. So guys, nice little warm-up, not warm-up, but nice little exercise here for you today. I was like, great job on your performance. Now I'm gonna send a link to the tournament. So one sec.